But when we consider the rivalry between the Jews and the Samaritans, they go way back to when the Assyrians raided the Jews, and then some Assyrians held back into Israel, and some of them took the Israelites with them, and the breed that came along was not a pure breed. It was a mixed breed, you could call. And then the Jews did not consider the Samaritans as pure, and they would not associate with them. John chapter 4 clarifies when Jesus went through the region of Sychar. There's this Samaritan woman who came along, and she was an impure woman. And the disciples were, very surprised to see Jesus talking to a Samaritan. And somehow it was not a very good relationship. When you read the parable of the Good Samaritan, Jesus very, very intentionally points that out, that the robbers robbed a Jewish man, and then there was this Good Samaritan who took care of the wounded. Why was that happening? Was the Jews took a very long route towards Jerusalem, but the shorter route was through Samaria, and the Jews would not ever cross through that route of Samaria because they considered that region to be very, very impure, very, very unclean. They considered themselves very clean and holy, and they took a longer route. Whereas when Samaritans saw some Jewish people crossing by, they would often taunt at them. They would often tell them that this is not the way that you should be going. So the enmity was deep. The enmity was very, very, ancient enough to be in that moment where Jesus said, okay, I want to go to Jerusalem, and he sends out messengers. If you read from verse 51, and when he sends those messengers in front of him, the Samaritans come to know that Jesus is actually wanting to go through Samaria, but they say, no, he cannot stay here. He just cannot stay here. Now, there are two disciples where Jesus said, where we read that, and James and John saw the opposition that came from Samaritans. And James and John said, Lord, can we call out fire from heaven and let these people burn? And Jesus rebukes them. If you have NIV or NKJV, it does not tell us very clearly, but I think ESV or NKJV marks the 55th verse as Jesus rebuking them and saying, what spirit are you made of? What spirit are you made of? For the Son of Man did not come to destroy, but to save. The Son of Man did not come to destroy,